and you hit publish and it's live, like it's immediate. So yes, lots of changes. I mean, and the industry was evolving before.
How do you think your approach towards them has evolved using the rise of AI tools?
That's a big topic in the industry right now, is that AI is going to take over the job of the writer. Documentation drives trials, which drives purchases.
Best metric.
Yes, exactly. At least like you should not be copying and pasting from AI into your documentation. That's like a huge no-no. So I use AI for all sorts of things. And I definitely, like I said, I encourage my writers to do that. We had some people who...
It's a good team, good support, but then challenges. Talk to me about that, please.
Welcome to the Knowledge Base Ninjas podcast, where Gauri Ramkumar of Document 360 finds the best SaaS self-service knowledge bases in the world and then interviews their creators. Let's get started with today's episode.
Good day, everyone. Welcome to Knowledge Base Ninjas podcast. Today, we've got Christie Gera, Manager of Technical Writing at Appfire. Hi, Christie. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, Gauri?
I'm good. Very well. Thank you once again for spending your time with us in this podcast episode. Now, Christie, before we could start, please tell us, how did you start this professional journey? How is it going for you so far? And very excited to know more about you.
Sure. So I actually started as a music major in college, and I quickly realized that the prospects for jobs was going to be pretty low for a music performance major. I was a flute performance major, and there's just not a lot of jobs for flute performance majors. So I was looking through the course catalog at my college, and I found this communications degree called Organizational Communication Learning and Design. And I thought, well, that sounds cool. I'll go check that out. So then I met with the dean of the communication school, and he admitted me to the communication school. So I changed my major as a junior, and I ended up doing like summer classes, and I graduated on time. And somebody that I had met in college had already started working at a telecom company in New Jersey and said, we're hiring a ton of people. Would you like, you want to come and interview? So I did, and I got that job. And that was my very first tech writing job. And I was there for about 10 years until I had my daughter, my first child. And I took a couple years off, and then I got another job, and I was there for a while. And then I had my son, and my son is on the autism spectrum. So I took some time off to handle like therapies and things like that he needed to have. And then I decided to get back into it. And I started working at a company that manufactures fire safety equipment. And then I applied at Appfire.
Fantastic. Lovely journey, Christie. And so that brings me to this question also, how long have you been in this journey then?
So I graduated in the year 2000. So this is my 25th year as a technical writer.
Amazing. So I'm sure lots would have changed, and you can see evidently things are changing at a much faster pace, and all thanks goes to the new term called AI, right?
AI, yeah. So when I first started, I was using like Adobe FrameMaker. We were making PDFs and burning them onto CDs and shipping them to clients. And now, we're using documentation. We use Confluence for our documentation, and you hit publish and it's live, like it's immediate. So yes, lots of changes. I mean, and the industry was evolving before AI, but obviously AI is just skyrocketed.
Exactly. So now, how do you think that AI is impacting you as a technical writers today?
So it's kind of interesting, right? Because I manage 9 tech writers, and we want everybody to use AI. I mean, we feel like if you're not using AI, you're kind of behind. But the challenge is to guide people to use AI in the correct ways, like use it to help develop strategies, use it to bounce ideas off, use it to, like Grammarly, we use AI to look at our documentation and make sure it matches the style guide. But what we don't want is for people to use the AI for content creation, because everybody has used ChatGPT, knows that it makes stuff up sometimes, it hallucinates. And so we discourage people from using AI for content creation. At least like you should not be copying and pasting from AI into your documentation. That's like a huge no-no. But we do encourage people to use AI for all sorts of creative ways. So we actually have somebody on our team who needed to document something in Jira. So they used AI to populate a Jira board with tickets so that they could use that as test data. So that's the proper way to use AI, right? It's not to create your content.
Absolutely. I mean, what works for you is the best approach for you as an organization as well, right? Now, you did mention that you've got 9 tech writers working under you. Now, how do you think your approach towards them has evolved using the rise of AI tools?
I mean, we definitely, it's so I use AI for all sorts of things. And I definitely, like I said, I encourage my writers to do that. We had some people who like were hesitant to use it because they feel like AI is going to take their job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a big topic in the industry right now, is that AI is going to take over the job of the writer. So we're trying to encourage people to explore and use AI and realize that it's another tool, just like any tool that we have. It's not going to take over our job, because we can see that the output produced by these AI tools is not up to what a technical writer can create. So we do have to reassure people, like, this is not going to take over your job, but we do want you to use this as a tool.
Absolutely. It's like your little buddy who can improve your or fasten your world of writing, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing that we've done with AI is we've loaded documentation. So there's a tool called NotebookLM made by Google. And that is a tool that was initially developed for students to like study for courses. But
Mm-hmm.
what it does is you input your documentation or your research or whatever into it, and it doesn't do the same thing as ChatGPT. It doesn't access the internet. The only thing that it uses is it's the documentation that you input. So you can create. So if you need a SME, you can upload your documentation into NotebookLM, and you can create a SME. So you don't have to bug developers all the time. You can look at your documentation, ask it questions about what can this software do, what can that software do. So we've uploaded, 9 documentation sets into NotebookLM and said, hey, how can you use this app, and this app all together, synchronously, and give me like 6 use cases for using these apps together.
Understand. Now, when it comes to tracking the performances of such a big team, what do you track as a performance metrics among the tech writers, and has that changed your way of tracking with the AI in place now?
I don't think AI has really influenced how we track things, but we do. And the things that we track are like video views to our knowledge base. We also track, so at the top of all of our docs, our app doc sets, it has a button that says try it for free, which directs them to the Atlassian marketplace
All
where
right.
they can click on a free trial. So we track the number of users that go from documentation to a trial, because we are trying to prove that documentation drives trials, which
Yeah,
drives purchases.
best
Yeah.
metric.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, show how we impact revenue, and that shows value for our team.
Right. Now, when I heard you've got 9 technical writers to manage, the first thing that came to my mind is, of course, it's a good team, good support, but then challenges. Talk to me about that, please.
I mean, there are lots of unique personalities, lots of different writing styles, lots of different ways they need me to manage them. So it's just, learning how each individual needs me to manage is the only challenge. But I'm a people person, so I can kind of just intuitively tell what people need from me. We also have, documents where we keep notes back and forth with each other. So if there's something that they need in the interim, they can always write in the document and ask. I'm available on Slack all the time. So it is, it's just learning what each individual writer needs from me.
Fantastic. Nice. Absolutely, Christy, right? As you rightly said, it's always a teamwork, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I think you're the best person to ask this question. Now, what are the new skills that you think a technical writer should pick up as an essential asset in this world of AI era?
Obviously, you need prompt engineering. That's like the buzzword these days, is learn how to write a good prompt to get what you need from AI. But I think beyond AI, you need other skills. So video is very heavily needed right now. All of the customer research that we have found is that customers are using video all the time, and they need video. So yeah, learning the video tools, learning audio tools, learning getting a good AI voiceover tool, I think those are really, really crucial beyond even just the technical writing skills.
Fantastic. So I'm now going to take you through our rapid fire round questions, and any useful documentation related resources you've come across recently or you would love to share with our audiences today.
So I attended LavaCon in October in Portland. That was great. LavaCon also has a Slack workspace, so you can join that. Write the Docs has a Slack workspace. I read the technical writing subreddit as well. I, just always have to be learning and evolving. So yeah, just keep looking for those resources. I think those are three great ones. Also, the I'd Rather Be Writing blog by Tom Johnson is another really good one.
Absolutely. I think everybody loves this contribution to the community.
Yes.
Thank you, Tom.
Agreed. And he's like on the forefront of AI and using AI in very innovative ways for tech writing.
Great. Now, one word that comes to your mind instantly when I say, or when you hear documentation.
Evolving, adaptation.
Yeah, that makes sense. My last question to you is, what is that one piece of advice you would love to give to your 20-year-old self?
Don't stagnate. Keep learning. This is not, it's not this is the way we've always done it career. You have to constantly be evolving. So just keep learning new things.
Fantastic. Now, Christie, I know it's a very short time to get all the experience you've gone through in the last 25 years, but I tried my best. But please feel free to add anything more you would like to talk to the audiences today.
I think that's it. I think we covered it.
Okay, fantastic. Now, again, as always, absolute pleasure to connect with you, Christie, and lovely experience, and all the very best for the projects that you're undergoing, and good luck with expanding your team even further.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks for listening to today's episode of the Knowledge Base Ninjas podcast. Please head to iTunes, rate, and provide honest feedback on the podcast. See you next week.